some hope for the families of those on board the missing Titan submersible vessel that went on an expedition, a tour to the Titanic wreckage site. It's been a few days now since the 18th of June that the mothership lost contact with the vessel, but it appears now that the rescue teams have some kind of hope that's still alive. They found noises. They've in fact picked up noises while on the hunt for this missing Titan submersible vessel, and that's really offered a glimmer of hope for them to suggest that these 5 men on board indeed could be alive. Some media reports say that the sounds are heard every 30 minutes. 30-minute interval, these sounds are emanating, and that is likely to be human related. Well, it is natural to interpret those noises in many different ways. Is it indeed the noises coming in from that vessel, or is it just nature within the ocean? Well, banging on the vessel's hull every half an hour, every 30 minutes is basically standard Navy protocol around the world for stricken vessels, aiming to send out an SOS signal to those who are actually trying to locate them. Of course, at this point, we see search operations that have been launched hectically, and it appears there is one man inside that missing vessel who is 77-year-old Paul Henry Nargeolet, a former French Navy diver who's a renowned explorer himself, who is likely to know this very signal to be the SOS signal. While that said, previous maritime searches, like those for the missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 in 2014 and the Russian submarine Kursk in 2000, underwater noises were heard then too, but that really yielded no results. How exactly are the noises from this missing submersible being currently detected? What we know of is that the noise is being detected using sonar buoys that are dropped into the Atlantic Ocean using airplanes. Put simply, they're designed to locate objects underwater using sonar. The devices come in 2 parts, which are packed into a cylindrical canister until they hit water. Once deployed, the inflatable part of it with the radio transmitter sits on the surface of the water, while the equipment for detecting the noise is strung along a wire and sent down to the ocean's surface. Any signals picked up are relayed from that transmitter on the surface to the aircraft that's searching this very vessel. It's highly unfortunate that the missing submersible, which had 5 people on board, lost contact on June 18th and has been running out of oxygen ever since. As per the internet, now this has to be corroborated with evidence, so it seemingly used a modified off-the-shelf Logitech gaming controller to control the vessel. But the use of this gaming controller is really not very unusual, because gaming controllers are often used to control advanced technology and weaponry like rocket systems and drones. In fact, they work on Bluetooth, and we're not too sure about this very expedition that they've used this vessel using this joystick. Whether they did have permissions in place or not, that needs to be established. Now, even as search and rescue operations are on the job, there's some more disturbing piece of news that's come to light. In 2017, an employee of this very company, the Ocean Gate, had flagged off some safety concerns, but that was brushed under the carpet. At that point, he had given an interview to a news channel, when all news channels, in fact, were super inquisitive about this expedition, this tour that a vessel, almost like a submarine, that would take you into the areas of the Titanic wreckage site for a whopping price of $250,000. At that point, when he was speaking to a news channel, he flagged off a concern about the carbon hull of that vessel not being top-notch. He in fact even asked for a third-party audit or a proper check to be put in place to ensure safety of those passengers. But unfortunately, at that point in time, all that was brushed under the carpet. David had all the more revealed that the manufacturer of that Titan vessel's front viewport had given clearance only for that vessel to go deep as 1,300 meters, but that Titanic wreckage site is nearly 3,800 meters down. So there itself, there was an issue and a glitch which he flagged off, but the company instead decided to sue David and fire him from the company. David responded with a legal defamation in turn, but eventually that legal case was settled. What's shocking here is that that very man, the chief executive, Stockton Rush, who David had alerted and informed about this safety issue, he himself today, irony has it, is on board that missing submersible.